Welcome back, everyone. Today we have got a couple things going on. We've got to Raptor liner the bed of the 2017 6.7, the new truck. Been meaning to get around to that for like ages now, but today I think we're finally gonna do it. I'm gonna pull it in the shop, let it warm up, tape it off. We've got sun outside, we've got 40 degrees, so then I'm gonna back it out, spray it outside so it's not making a mess in here, and then pull it back in to let it dry, or maybe let it sit outside, whatever seems warmer in the sun. So first we gotta go to the bank first, and then we gotta get the tape and stuff like that. So let's just grab our respirator, and then we'll head off to the bank so we don't get sick.
You can never be too safe when you got the virus going around. You don't want to catch the Kung flu. Let's get moving.
Alright, so we just got back from the bank, and now, grab some tools. I'm gonna start taking the pieces out of the box. Now, I've already got this box prepped. What I've heard is recommended, you know, somebody correct me if I'm wrong here. Never really done this before, but what I've heard is recommended is basically sand the box down best you can where you can. So I just kind of did all the flat spots and areas that are going to be most points of contact, tried to rub them down. And then anywhere there's bare metal, they want you to put primer on. So I did put primer on some areas that just had some scuffs and scrapes and things like that. What I'm going to do now is take all these off, take the plastic plugs out, try to take these guys right here off. I'm going to pull the bottom bolts out of the box and do all that. And I'm going to take the tailgate off, tape everything off, and go from there. So we'll set you guys up here and put you on a time lapse. Okay, so, winded. We've got everything out for the most part. Got all the hooks off, got the plastic pieces off. Now I'm gonna take, what I'm gonna try to do, I don't know if I got something that can actually take these out. For some reason I thought it was just gonna be a normal star socket or whatever, so I'm gonna see if that'll work. I'm not exactly sure. If I can't, it's not the end of the world, but I'm gonna try to take them out. Otherwise the tailgate will be off next. We're gonna set the tailgate to the side, paint that separately. Alright, so this does seem to like go on there, and it does seem pretty snug, but I pretty much just busted my hand because it slipped off, so I don't think that's going to be the ticket, even though it does seem like it is fairly like snug on there. We're just going to leave them in for the duration of this project, and yeah, so now I'm going to take the tailgate off, and then we're gonna start taping everything off from there. I don't know about you guys, what you do this time of year. So like a lot of you know, landscaping, stuff like that is what we do, excavation. Slow this time of year, especially when we don't have it. We got road restrictions on and we don't have any snow coming down. So we're just working on stuff, but I also spend some time dabbling in the stock market. So I'm always checking stocks. You can see this is a Laboratory Holdings, or Laboratory Corp Holdings, Laboratory Corp America Holdings. Basically, we got in down here at the purple line. I've got a sell order in here. I think we're gonna get back up there at some point today. Just had some good press release. They're making test kits for the virus test kits. So hopefully gonna work its way back up. It is nice having the aluminum gates. They're freaking light. I like that a lot. So I'm just gonna set this here for now. Make sure we don't wedge the wires in there or anything. Then we should be good. So now, what I could do actually, I'm gonna go outside. Where did Dad park his truck? Here it is, right here. So let's go outside. Let's take a look at his bed liner, because he had this professionally done. I'm a cheap wad, so no, I just got bored this time of year. So where did they tape? So they just taped right here. They went along. See, they took all these guys out. Oh, they're fancy. They're fancy. And they just lipped it right here. Okay. You know, I probably could have left it on, but I think it'll just be easier to do it without it. Can be able to tape this stuff off easier. So it kind of gives you an idea of where our line is going to be. Something I was thinking about coming out here, but maybe not, I guess. Maybe not. We'll just ride that edge there. So, okay. So let's start taping this thing off. Let's get to it. Actually, so what I'm going to do first, before we tape, is try to clean this out a little bit. I've got the box drain things up here. Careful, she'll take off on you. Got these box drain things up here. Just gonna. All right, that may not have looked like that much stuff came out of there, but I can guarantee you it did, because it all shot me in the face and sandblasted my face. But what I think I'm going to do here, actually, before I tape it off, I totally lied. I'm going to probably rinse this out a bit, wash it a bit, then let it dry. And what I might do once it's clean is actually tape it off with just my socks on or something, because you can see my feet keep getting it dirty. Alright, looks like somebody far smarter than I am has already come across this issue. Because we had like a whole kit of these right there. I'm not going to put, I was looking for like some Teflon tape, but I don't think we have any. And I'm not going to put the goop on it because I'm going to take it back off, because odds are this is like a disposable gun that we're never going to use again. I'll try to clean it a bit, but I've got no faith in it actually getting clean. Judging by the nozzle thing, it's a cheap little piece of aluminum. So it does leak a little bit out of here. I'm fine with that, whatever. Quite frankly, this probably should have a pressure regulator on it, because I've got a feeling, judging by how much pressure comes out of it, it's going to be way too much and make a mess. So I'm really going to have to kind of feather the throttle and not like blast it everywhere, because I don't want too much air pressure and just making a bunch of dust and mess. So I'm going to pull the truck out. I was gonna just set it up back there, but. It doesn't say, I just think it's however many you want. But this is the first bottle and it's going pretty far, so I'll probably do 2. Water, I guess.
Water soluble?
What's that?
Is it water soluble?
I don't think so.
Unplug your deal first. There. Stop it. Just stop it. Huh?
That's fine. Yeah. Set it down or whatever.
Just get a tripod.
Actually seems to work really well.
Yeah, it looks nice so far.
All right, thank you. Okay, first coat, like up there is on. That was one bottle right there, guys. Okay, so one bottle there. You can see it actually does a really good job. It actually gets you really far. You could probably get this whole truck with the 1 gallon. You could definitely do the whole truck with a 1 gallon kit. I got the 2 gallon kit, which was totally unnecessary for this, but we're just gonna cake it on thick, and if we have some extra, I know we'll use it somewhere. I'm actually really liking the way this stuff looks so far. As you can see, it's got a really good texture, and surprisingly enough, it actually isn't very dusty when installing. I know a lot of these will just get paint and whatnot everywhere, but it's actually doing a really good job. So I'm gonna mix up another bottle and keep going. I wanna keep this stuff going and get one coat on while it's all wet. And for anyone that wants to do this and not spray it, I'd recommend spraying it. I just think it looks a lot better texture when you spray it. Again, I haven't used this stuff on roll-on, but I've used like Herculiner and stuff roll-on, and I really don't like the texture of the roll-on stuff or brushed on. They do say you can brush it on or roll it on if you want to, if you don't have the option to spray, but I personally would always recommend spraying because I think it leaves a nicer, almost like a finer texture. And I think when it's finer and there's not the big clumps, those big clumps will get caught on stuff and rip off and start to peel up. I think the finer texture like this just works a lot better. And I think it looks nicer too, so. But basically you just mix the hardener with it, shake it up, put it on the gun, spray away. Surprisingly, like I said, not super dusty. I'm actually really impressed with this so far. We'll see how the final product is, but really impressed so far. Looks really good, and it's not like, you know, the haze everywhere. Granted, we're outside and it's a little bit windy, but still, it's not like haze everywhere like a spray paint. It's far less dusty than spray paint. You don't get that haze. It is the next day. I let this sucker dry overnight here. Wanted it to cure 100%. I'm about to throw the stuff back in, but first, from today's sponsor. Just kidding, not our sponsor. We don't have any sponsors because we're a bunch of idiots over here and no one wants to sponsor us. Anyways, this is the final product, how it turned out. I'm actually super happy with it. You can see there's like a little bit of a different color right here. I sprayed a bunch of extra right here and it got a little heavier. And what you can notice is in the heavier areas you spray, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but basically it gets smoother. And up here, it's almost more coarse and gritty where it's lighter coated. So that kind of gives an idea of the difference. So if I do end up spraying this again up here, it's going to be a lot lighter, or a lot smoother, so to speak. It's going to be smoother, where right now it's really coarse up there. So you can kind of see that difference. Let me get it to focus here. You can kind of see the transition where it goes from a little bit smoother to a much finer, like coarser sandpaper-like material. But all in all, super happy with how this turned out. This is like, okay, so here's the breakdown of it. The kit I got right here, this was what was shipped with and the gun, but it comes with 1 gallon in this box here, 1 gallon worth of material. You know, 4 different 1 quart bottles, I think, or whatever, you know, 24 ounces. And then it's got your hardener in there too. You mix that, you pour your hardener up to the fill line in here. You can see that, your 8-ounce fill line. Dump that right into here, and then, you know, off you go, off to the races. There's actually instructions in here. I didn't know those were in here yesterday. I was looking for some. So that is a 1-gallon kit. Like I said, I used 3 of these bottles to do a 6.5 foot bed on this truck. And I've got a whole extra 1-gallon kit here. This whole kit for the 2 gallons cost me $250. So for those of you guys out there that want a super high quality bed liner, you are thinking about like a Line-X or a Rhino liner or something like that, having it professionally sprayed on, but don't want to spend, it's usually about $500, $450 to $550 in our area here is what it costs to get this sprayed. This cost me $250 for 2 gallons. Realistically, you only need 1 gallon for a 6.5 foot bed, so it realistically probably costs you $150 to $180 because you got the gun in there too, to spray your own bed, plus some of your time, sandpaper obviously, spraying, a little primer if you want to do that. I don't think you have to do that, but I did it and they recommend it because it helps it last longer. So you guys looking for an alternative to Line-X Rhino liner, the $500 spent on that, Raptor liner. Go on Amazon, get the kit. Super good. Link in the description. Buy it off my store. Patreon. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But seriously, like, I'm not paid in any way to say this. It is a really good product, and we will probably be doing this on other trucks in the future. Yeah, I mean, just a super good product. I'm actually super hyped. I've been meaning to do this since I bought the truck last June, and it's March now, mid-March, and we finally got it done. So I'm gonna put that stuff back in. I'm gonna do that. That's no fun to watch, so we will see you guys on the next video. Make sure you smash that like button down below. Really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate that for you guys that have watched to the end. Thank you so much. Make sure you're subscribed, and we will catch you guys on the next video, which will probably be either working on this some more with the airbags or putting the transfer tank in, or getting that quad axle L9000 out and ready to go. We'll catch you next time.